My name's Dad. Welcome to the conversation series. I'm lucky enough to have Ben from Sprout Child and Family Psychology. And we're going to talk a little bit now about the coronavirus and what that means for kids in families, and go a little bit more in depth. So Ben, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Not a problem. Before we get into it, can you just tell us just a little bit about your practice?
Yeah, sure. I'm a single practitioner working out of corner of Grey Street and Warwick Road in Ipswich. Been here for about 3 or 4 years or so, seeing a lot of kids and families in Ipswich around a variety of issues, including pediatric issues, disability issues, and just general things around childhood like behaviour problems, anxiety, things like that.
Awesome. All right. Well, let's jump straight into it. The coronavirus, it seems to be the word that's on everybody's lips at the moment. The first question I've got written down is a little bit general, but we'll give it a go. And what I want to know is how do you, because you must spend a lot of time thinking about how kids think, how do you think kids are perceiving the coronavirus in general?
Look, I think some kids are, it depends on the kids. Kids are really sort of feeling a lot of different things about it. So I think some kids are worried about it, so they're going to be picking up a lot of those messages from parents and the TV and everywhere, and I guess talking, observing what their teachers are going to be doing as well. I guess older kids and younger kids are going to be different about the way that they're thinking about it too. So older kids are probably going to be, I guess you get a lot, as an older kid, you're going to get a lot more information from your friends versus from mum and dad, from the media, things like that. Whereas younger kids are really kind of driven by what mum and dad are kind of talking about, or how they're approaching it, and what their teachers are doing too at school.
I know my 3-year-old. We told her, when the coronavirus started that, what it is, and gave her the basics, and sort of didn't make it too emotional or anything. But then she was like, yeah, I don't really care. But then just about 2 weeks later, she said, when is coronavirus going to end? I want to just go places.
Yeah.
It's funny, just even different kids perceive it differently, even within the one kid. Yeah. They go through cycles of not really caring about it, and then getting a bit frustrated possibly, and sort of up and down. But sorry.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be what they're going to be really impacted by, like little stuff like, I can't go to the park, or gosh, it's boring at home, I can't see my friends, all those sort of things. So that's where they're really going to probably experience the most stress, the most frustration, is going to be just the changes to normal everyday routines. That's the hardest part.
Yeah. And it seems as though those, a little bit like my daughter, my 3-year-old, that they all are little things, but as we get up to, I don't know, we must be 5 to 6 weeks into the coronavirus epidemic, if you want to call it that. Those small things seem to be building up, and then kids are sort of like, oh, actually, really not enjoying this.
Yeah,
It's
when's it going to be over?
Yeah, exactly. But so we sort of established that kids are all sort of perceiving it differently. What are some, and it's such a general subject, I guess, but what are some general things that kids and families can do to sort of maintain a sane household and move forward?
The biggest things that parents can do, look, as much as you say it, it's easy to say, but it's hard to do. Keep things as normal as possible. Try and keep some normal routines, but I guess by the same token, being flexible with them as well. And I guess there can be this feeling like, oh my God, I've got to do school now, and I don't even know where to start. It was, 20 years ago since I've been to school, those sort of things, or, however long it's been. So it can create a lot of freaking out for parents in terms of, I've got all this work to do. I think the best thing to do is probably just do what you can and don't stress out too much about it.
Yeah.
Because the kid's going to pick up on your stress. So.
Yeah. I actually did a video about that the other day, because I'm a teacher as well. So I've sort of picked up a bit of stress from both sides. But my advice as a teacher is to just, exactly what you said. Just give it a go. If it's getting difficult, just give it a go and move on with your day. So my daughter this morning, my elder daughter, she's 6 years old. We did a bit of homeschooling, and I'd say we got about 80% of it done. And I'm the sort of person that needs to get 100% of things done, but I got 80%. And I thought, no, we've basically covered everything. There's a few technical issues. I'm not going to spend another hour getting it sorted. And she's got a really great teacher, and she's just like, yep, that's fine. I know that you've given it a go. You're basically understanding the concepts and moving on forward. Cool. So
that's the best way to do it, really.
Yeah. So keeping things generally normal as we can I think is really good advice. What are some things that parents can do for themselves, do you think? Because I know your practice is all about not only just the child, but it's also about the parent and the whole family. What are some coping strategies, I guess, for parents?
Well, look, I think probably turning off the TV is a good one. Again, just being aware of where your limits might be. So you might be better with maths, you might be better with English. Just trying to do what you can is probably the other thing. So just setting really realistic and really basic goals is always good. I guess getting out of the house is also really important with everybody. So that way, you just need a break from four walls, honestly. And so it's important just to get out and just to do some things just to help you to feel more, I guess, more rounded, I think, probably would be the best way to put it.
Yeah.
And to work your body rather than just sitting at the desk all day long. Yeah,
so I know that you've done a bit of stuff with actively balanced kids. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
That's I guess it's a separate business that looks at combining movement and mindfulness and some self-regulation strategies for kids all together. We've had to move from doing groups, which is a bit of a disappointment in terms of having them cancelled, into doing more online sessions now. So we've actually launched a whole online platform to help do that sort of stuff. So we've got there's some advice from me, as well as some, personal training stuff that's available to get kids moving. There's also, the actual sessions are now via Zoom as well.
Okay.
So there's
and how can people get onto that?
Just easiest way to do it would be just whack into Google actively balanced kids, and it'll come up probably in the first. It'll come up as the first hit you get. And just follow the links. There's some views. There's some videos there as well about, some easy access ones that you can just see, just to see what the program's like. And I think also if you have a look on Facebook, we've also got a sample session up there as well.
I'll have to check it out, because I know that my daughter, I've been at home with her today. She's definitely got her fix of using the device. We've been out, we've done a little bit of exercise. We haven't watched any news, which is a good thing, but we definitely need to not go overboard with structure, but definitely make use of those resources.
A little bit of structure is good.
Yeah, I think so. All right, well, thanks for having a chat. Was there anything else you wanted to, just for families, just in general, to, I don't know, any last moment tips to help people through?
Last moment tips would be talk more than anything. It's really important for, if you're, in a relationship in the house, talk about it with your partner, especially negotiating workload and things like that. Because if you're, depending on if you're working from home or even just, if you've been put off or any of those sort of things, let people know how you're feeling, because that's going to be really important. You can't carry it all by yourself.
Oh, that's great advice. I definitely have been using my partner's shoulder, not to cry on, but to just lean on from time to time and have a chat. Because as I was saying before, all these smaller changes, they sort of build up, and before you know it, exactly. So great advice, just to open up and keep talking, just as part of your regular day routine, I guess. Cool. Well, thanks again for having a chat. I think you've got some great advice there. If people need to contact you, if the child is going through some issues, or there's some family issues that are happening, what's the best place for people to contact you?
You can get us really easily on 3447 or through the websites www.sproutpsychology.com.au are the two easiest ways to get onto us.
Excellent.
So, yeah.
Well, thanks for your time. And if people would like to see more of these conversations from Learner Dad, and jump onto Learner Dad on YouTube, and you can see a few more conversations. So yeah, thanks for your time, and I have no idea what to say then. Thanks for your time. Learner Dad signing out.